Hello, convention delegates. I hope everyone is having a great convention so far. My name is Kevin Kotick, and it gives me great pleasure to nominate Brother Stephen Rzynowski for MGU Second Vice President. Delegates, I'm excited to nominate Stephen Rzynowski here today because his track record is steeped in decades of leadership, honorable service, and volunteering. I trust this man, Stephen Rzynowski, because he has proven himself year after year and is led by an example for us to follow. I'd like to share some of his experiences with you. Stephen has served the last 12 years as MGU Second Vice President and has served on the MGU Board of Directors since 1978. That's 4 years before I was born, and I'm 30. He has 19 years of He has 19 years of financial management experience while serving on the board of a multi-branch credit union here in Manitoba and serving 13 of these years as president. He has a decorated background of union experience and education, including such areas as collective bargaining with the Galico components for every single contract since 1978, walking the picket lines as a member of the Galico component back in 1978, chairing numerous committees including the Finance, Tech Change, and Employee Assistance Program committees, organizing a large group of healthcare workers in the Parkland area in 2010, and supporting liquor workers in Alberta and Ontario with our national union's anti-privatization campaigns in the 90s. Oh, and one more thing, he graduated from the Labour College of Canada in 1980. What an incredible career portfolio. Nothing short of amazing here, folks. And in addition to his experience, Stephen also loves to volunteer. Steve has been volunteering for years with Habitat for Humanity, the Terry Fox Run, Operation Red Nose, Dauphin's Country Fest, and the Winnipeg Folk Festival, just to name a few. Stephen, your habits of strong leadership, honorable service, and community volunteering makes it clear to see how you've served us so well. Thank you. Brothers and sisters, my name is Kevin Kotick, and I ask you to support and vote for our brother, Stephen Rzynowski, to continue serving as MGU Second Vice President. In solidarity, delegates, I thank you.
Honored Chair, honored guests, brothers and sisters, it gives me great pleasure to stand before you and spend a few minutes with you to honor that this honor has given me to serve on the board for the past over 3 decades. My life has been surrounded by the union movement in Manitoba and in Canada. Being active in the MGU has given me many rewards in terms of knowledge, experience, and friendship. And I'm almost certain that my involvement has influenced our union. I've worked shoulder to shoulder with some great labor leaders who have influenced me greatly and my philosophy about trade unions in Canada. Many of them are here today. Allow me to tell you about my background with the union. I became involved in the 1970s. My employer, the Liquor Control Commission, and the MGU, then the MGEA, failed to negotiate a collective agreement. Our Galico component was on strike for almost 2 months. The support we got from other unions really had an impact on me as I saw what the result of what collective action can do. Together we can achieve as much more than we can individually. And since then, I've been actively participating in the Galico negotiating team at every collective agreement since 1978. During the terrible Gary Filmon years, privatization was the forefront for unions in Manitoba. The MGU fought battle for Galico, home care workers, and others. As I speak to provincial counterparts who have also been affected by privatization, especially Alberta and Ontario, I realize how important those battles were and how victory is making lives better and safer for Manitobans. Our national union provided me the opportunity to be involved in a small group of liquor workers to work on an anti-privatization campaign in Alberta and in Ontario a few years later. I learned a lot by working shoulder to shoulder with our colleagues who have the same struggles that we have. In 1980, I completed the Labour College course and I was elected on the board of directors of our union. Over the years, I've chaired many committees such as EAP, Tech Change, Anti-Prive, and lately, Finance. I've been active in the Manitoba Federation of Labour by serving in the Dauphin and District Labour Council on a Federation Labour executive for almost 10 years. I've worked locally with other MGU members on a campaign during the Parklands healthcare intermingling vote in which we won. And we are presently in a similar situation, similar campaign in various areas of Manitoba, where members will choose their best union. And I believe that best union is the MGEA, or MGEU. They're both. On a small personal note, I have been a Terry Fox organizer in Dauphin for over a decade. This being the 32nd year, I was able to raise almost $5,000 for cancer research. Every year I drive Operation Red Nose in the Dauphin or the Parkland area, every Friday and every Saturday in November right up till New Year's. And for this initiative and my 37th year as a volunteer at the Winnipeg Folk Festival, which our union contributes to the family area, my employer has honored me the Volunteer of the Year for the whole province of Manitoba last year. Having the ability to help someone, thank you. Having the ability to help someone who needs it pays great dividends and rewards. Let me tell you what this position is about. The second vice president is the person who chairs the finance committee. The duties of the treasurer are diverse, setting policy, ensuring the policy works, changing it if it's necessary. Treasurer monitors the financial resources, making sure that it's sound and also provide necessary service to our members. In my 22-year tenure with the credit unions has given me the foundation of knowledge to become the union's treasurer, and I have been your treasurer for 12 years, and I have been a part of the union's steady growth. During that time, the union has achieved strong financial footing, which we are enjoying today. This financial strength makes it possible for us to support the many initiatives that we are talking about at this convention. And because of our strength, we can provide collective bargaining resources, educational programs, grievances and arbitration services, and the communications so the members would know what is happening. The campaigns to retain members in intermingling votes, and even this convention, we can come together as activists and debate issues that mean so much to our members and to Manitobans. I'm firmly committed to continue to grow the MGU, and I know that I have the experience, the knowledge, and dedication to work for you, the members. I ask for your support by voting for me for second vice president of the MGU. I will continue to work hard and ensure that the union has the resources to continue to support the public services. Thank you for your support.
I would like to call on the nominator now for Len Kavanagh.
G'day, brothers and sisters. My name's Val Gustar. I am Chief Steward for Local 413 Interlake Eastern Health Authority. And I nominated Len Kavanagh for the position of Second Vice President. I've known Len for a number of years now and have always found him to be a wise, resourceful source for guidance and a strong unionist. I've heard lately this word transparency tossed out like we should know what it means. So before I agreed to do this nomination, I asked Len what he thought transparency meant. What I learned from his answer is why I'm supporting Len today. Len said he would bring to the position a newer sense of what transparency really means. It's not a word to be used lightly, especially if it's being used wrong. Len realizes that transparency can sometimes be many shades of opaque. and that when people toss out words like transparency, it can be certainly bracketed without an interpretation of what level of clearness is attached to the meaning. Len knows that true clarity means we, the membership, are not kept in the dark. That transparent is clear, sometimes something you can see through, something defined by its ability to be looked into, clear as glass. I looked up the meaning of the word as it applies to an organization. For the term transparency, it is the concept of removing all barriers to the facilitating of free and easy access to information and the laws, the rules, and the processes that facilitate and protect those individuals that freely join or are elected to develop and improve the process. If elected, Len, as evidenced in the recent past, will work to improve our union, to help our new president bring it back to the member-driven model we need to be, the pyramid upside down, members at the top, such as Yala. So, the changes come from the people most invested in the outcome of the decisions made within my union, our union. Change can be good. Change can be very good. Fresh eyes, fresh ideas, and a VP, second VP, like-minded with our newly elected president. So brothers and sisters, please welcome Len Kaminoff.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Len Kaminoff. I am running for position of second vice president. I work for Manitoba Conservation as a district fire ranger in Area 5. I've done this job for the last 11 years. I was the trades director and a member of the board. I have sat on the NUPSI committee for highways workers, and I've sat on the committee for the Interprovincial Firefighters Committee. I previously served 24 years at Canadian Brotherhood of Transport and General Workers. I was a stop steward, I was a local chairperson, I was president, and I was chair of our National Bargaining Committee. I am confident in my experience and my knowledge will bring success to this position. In the past, there's been issues come up regarding our finances, especially as a union. As second vice president, I will work diligently to ensure that all members of our union are treated fairly and with respect. All members' concerns will be addressed in relation to our finances, and it will be brought forward on all other issues. My background has made me aware of the importance of a sound financial backbone and maintain a successful union in today's ever-changing world. My experience as a volunteer in organizations on budgets and finances, which included the Winnipeg Labour Council executive 5 years, working with an extensive budget. I was on the Winnipeg Social Planning Council, working with budgets that were included from the government, private sector, and unions, and funding the donations that came for the ordinary people like us. I spent many years at the Canadian Brotherhood of Railway Transport and General Workers as the bargaining national chair representing the members from coast to coast. In that bargaining chair's position, I dealt with millions of dollars with my co-workers on getting the fair and the best opportunity and the fair dollar for us. While working with a civil service agreement, we worked with thousands of dollars, putting the best agreement forward for our membership and working for special adjustments. Our union needs to be accountability for all actions with their financial decisions. Affects not only today's members, but it will affect tomorrow's members that we are going to bring forward, get them active, get them working with us, and for the future of our union. I have listened to each component and local, heard their concerns, and I will establish those and bring them to the board. Every member has the right to be heard when it comes to union dues and our finances. I will listen to those concerns and deal with those concerns. I understand your concerns, and I will work with you and address all issues. I'll work diligently to ensure our budget is spent correctly and within our union guidelines. As your second vice president, I will ensure our finances are used for educational opportunities within our union for all members. I want to see more stewards, members at large, and presidents come forward, get the training, and be more active. This is where our money and our dues that are collected from us, you, me, need to be worked at and be spent. Members of our union need to be respectful of proper union practices, and our dollars accordingly reflected on those high standards. In closing, I thank you for the honor to run for the second vice president. My experience, my knowledge, my commitment to this union will make me a successful second vice president. We are one voice, we are one united vote. To make this a better, successful financial union, I ask you for your support, and I ask you for your support and your vote. Thank you very much.
I have the results of the balloting for second vice president. Total ballots cast 281, spoiled ballots 2, Len Kavanaugh 103, Steve Rosnowski 176. I declare Steve Rosnowski re-elected as your second vice president.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. You've been my family. You will continue to be my family. I've taken some hard knocks being on strike, and I will continue to fight for every one of you. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because I really mean it. Thank you.